Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to yet another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to create a day trading watch list, because when you're day trading, you want to be trading stocks that move a decent bit each day, at least $3 to $5, and you should not be day trading stocks that only move like 50 cents to 75 cents. So I'm going to show you guys a very easy way to come up with this list, and then I'm going to show you guys my list as well, just in case you want to copy that. But if you guys could, real quick, make sure to click that like and subscribe button, as well as clicking that bell icon so you do get notified every single time I upload a brand new video. But without further ado, let's hop into the video. So we are going to use the website Finviz.com. Now when you're on Finviz.com, make sure you go to the screeners tab. And this is where we are going to scan the entire stock market. And this is where we're going to find all of the stocks that we are going to be able to day trade. So on this very first tab right here, the descriptive, you're going to go over here to market cap. Now you can choose mid or large. I personally like to trade the large cap companies, so I'm going to choose that there. Now you want to make sure that they are able to trade options. So you want to come over here where it says option/short, and I'm going to choose both of these. Now if you're trying to narrow it down to a specific sector, you can choose that here. Tech is very hot right now, so let's just choose tech for now. And then as far as average volume, you can choose over 1 million or over 2 million. I'm going to choose 2 million in this scenario. So as you can see, we went from 7 pages all the way down to 3 pages. But this is going to be everything that we're going to set up on the descriptive tab. Now we're going to go on over to this technical tab right here. So since we are still in a bullish market, we're going to look at this 20-day simple moving average right here, and we're just going to choose the option that says price above SMA 20. Now you can see we are down to just 1 page of stocks to trade. Then you want to go on over to here where it says 50-day simple moving average and choose the option that says price above SMA 50. And now from here, this 200-day simple moving average, same thing, price above SMA 200. So now you can see we are given 12 stocks that we could potentially trade. Now from here, you're going to click on this charts tab right here. And then finally, you want to choose average true range. And from here, you want to choose either over 3 or over 5. Let's do over 4 for this scenario. So now we are given 4 stocks that we could potentially watch and trade. So now we are going to go to this chart section right here, and we are going to take one look at the chart. The nice thing about Finviz is it'll give you all of the technicals that you need to look at. So Docu, this thing meets all of your criteria. So since we only have 4 stocks that we can look at in this scenario, Docu is one of them. Let's go on over to the Docu option chain and make sure that this is a good stock that we could trade every single day. Now, Docu is something that I have on my list personally. Today, the spread is a little wide just because there's not a lot of buyers in it. But just last week when Docu was running up, there was tons of buying going into these options. Therefore, the spread was very tight. So at this point, all you want to do is come on over to your option chain, and you want to look and make sure, 1, that there's a decent amount of volume that go into these contracts each day, and 2, open interest. And then just make sure that the bid and ask are tight. Therefore, you're not trading companies that have a huge bid to ask ratio, meaning it's going to be very hard to get filled if you were to buy into the contract as well as selling. So always make sure your bid and ask is very tight. Next up, you got net on this list. So as you can see, net was something that broke out of this trend line right here. It met all of our criteria. So now let's go on over to the net option chain and let's look. So the same thing was going on with net last week. When it broke out, there was tons of volume going into these contracts. You can see that this 115 call only has a $15 spread, which isn't terrible whatsoever. So this is something that you could put on your watch list because net moves at least $4 a day because of the average true range. It's breaking out above all-time highs, and it could potentially head even higher. So you could put net on your daily watch list. Now you can always tweak all of these settings. So if we go back to the descriptive tab, we could just do any, and it's going to give us tons of stocks that we could potentially watch. So Moderna, this was something that we were trading almost all last week on this huge run up in price. Same thing with Roku. Roku broke out of this bull flag right here on Friday, but at this point you now have 12 stocks that you could potentially trade each day. And looking over here at COF, you can see COF is getting ready to break out at all-time highs. And again, like I said, you can change around some of these settings. So what I did is I changed the average volume to over 1 million And then I went to the technicals tab and I moved the 200-day simple moving average to any. And now we have 3 pages of potential stocks that we could trade. So something I've been watching this week has been Costco. How did I get Costco on my watch list? Well, just using this simple screener could have simply showed you that, okay, Costco is breaking out of this huge trend line right here, and it could head potentially higher. So again, Costco meets all of our criteria. And Costco is something that is on my daily day trading list. So taking one look through this entire list, a lot of these stocks are already on my day trading list, and I flip through them every single morning. I'm sure some of you guys, if you're in the Discord server, can see this, that these are companies that I look at every single day. Now, what's also very helpful on Finviz is you can actually click on this TA section right here, and it's going to give you the complete rundown on each stock that pops up from this screener. And of course, at the same time, it's going to draw all of your trend lines. It's going to show you where the 20, 50, 200 SMA are at. So it's going to help you with your technical analysis as well. So try to choose like 10 to 15 stocks from this list. And again, snow is something that I trade all the time. If we look at the option chain is usually pretty liquid once it starts breaking out of major levels. So it's only a $30 spread, and snow moves a decent bit each day. Snow moves $10.16 every single day. It moved $14.36 today. So this is how we find all of the stocks that we could potentially day trade. Now again, choose around 10 to 15. Make sure that you check the option chain and make sure that the contracts are actually liquid and they have a tight spread in the options. Now it's very simple from here. After you have your basket of stocks around 10 to 15, first off, do all of your support and resistance. I'm going to leave a few videos down in the description. If you guys don't know anything about technical analysis, you can check those videos out because I'm sure it's going to help you a lot. But once you have this basket of stocks, all you're going to do each morning is flip through every single one. Make sure that you do all of your support and resistance on the weekend. Therefore, when you wake up in the morning and you check the market, all of your support and resistance levels are already on the chart. And all you need to do is take one good look at the stock. Again, if you know your technicals, you're going to know, okay, this is going to be a good candidate to day trade today. Or if you take one good look at it, you can say, okay, this does not look good today. But make sure you do all of your technicals. Now here is my entire day trading list. I have a little more than 15 on here. I need to get rid of some, but stocks come and go on this list. Like very recently, Zoom came back onto this list because it finally started moving again. Way back here, Zoom was off of the list because Zoom was doing absolutely nothing and nobody was day trading Zoom. Same thing with Moderna. I haven't had Moderna on this day trading list since all the way back here, or maybe it was right here, one of the two. But it came back onto the list once it started to fill these gaps to the upside. So again, these stocks, they'll come and go, but all you need to do is go back to Finviz and just find more stocks that you could potentially trade. But this is going to be my entire day trading list. Now, once you're done all of that, so if you guys tune into the live streams every single morning, you know exactly how I go about finding my stocks to trade. We have this entire basket of stocks that we could potentially trade. Again, 10 to 15 of them. Now you're going to set up a chart on the 1 hour, the 4 hour, and the daily. And then you're going to be using your smaller time frames, 5 and 10 minute, to help you find your entries and exits. Now on these 3 charts up here, I have the 5 EMA, 8 EMA, 21 EMA, 34 EMA, 55 EMA, and 89 EMA. Why do I use these specific EMAs? It's because it's part of the Fibonacci sequence. So if you guys don't know what the Fibonacci sequence is, feel free to look it up on Google. It's very, very interesting. But it's very simple to choose which way of the market you want to watch for the day. If the 5 EMA is below the 8 EMA and the 8 EMA is below the 21, 21 below the 34, below the 55, below the 89, on the 1 hour, 4 hour, and daily, you only want to look for puts in that scenario. However, let's say everything is stacked to the upside, the 5 on top of the 8, 8 on top of the 21, so on and so forth. Well, in that scenario, you only want to be looking for calls. So if we look at PayPal, we can see that the 1 hour was stacked over here, the 4 hour was stacked over here, and the daily was stacked over here. What did the 5 and the 10 minute do as well? They both ran up in price. So when all of these moving averages are stacked up, you want calls. When all of these moving averages start to stack down, that's when you want to look for puts. So now every single day when you come and do your analysis, you know if you should be looking for calls or for puts. And then some other things that I look at, the TTM squeeze, and on my other chart I do have the stochastic slow, just something I look at to give buy and sell signals. But my main strategy is just paying attention to how these moving averages are stacked, and then the TTM squeeze, looking for any potential squeezes. And then all you're going to do is just flip through that entire list that you have each morning. And once you flip through your basket of around 10 to 15 stocks, you should find at least 3 to 4 that you could watch for today. So flipping through my list, I personally like Costco over this 424.5 area. There's this 1 hour orange dot squeeze. All the EMAs are stacked to the upside on the 1 hour, 4 hour, and the daily. In this scenario, if Costco were to break 424.5, there's a gap that it needs to start filling to the upside. So it's very easy to look at Costco on these 3 time frames, see that the EMAs are stacked, knowing how to use your TTM squeeze, and then knowing where your resistance areas are. And it's that easy. Just flip through that entire list and you should have at least 3 to 4 stocks to watch for the day. Come up with your entire trading plan, and then you stick to that plan. It's just as easy as that. But that's going to wrap up this video. This is how I find my stocks to day trade. So if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to click that like and subscribe button, as well as clicking that bell icon. It would mean the absolute world to me. And just in case you guys didn't know, every single morning at 8:15 a.m. Eastern time, I go live and I develop my pre-market watch list with you guys on there. And I give you guys all of the levels that you should be watching for the day. But yeah, like, subscribe, make sure you're here in the morning for the free live streams. Everybody stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.